Following some breaking news about a fire burning on a farm near Broomfield.
Evacuations in the area have been lifted as firefighters make some serious progress. The fire started this afternoon between Broomfield and Lafayette. People across the metro area saw that plume of smoke from the fire. Fire crews say they are working to extinguish a bundle burning of hay. Now, we're not sure if anything that burned other than that hay, some land, but given the time of year and the conditions, it was windy. It brings up so many memories of the Marshall Fire. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch is live in Southeast Boulder County with the latest. Janelle, do you have anything new to tell us?
Yeah, actually, just good news coming in the last few minutes. We're here at the Louisville Fire Station 3 department, and we just learned that no structures have been burned in this fire, as well as no injuries have been reported. Like you said, in the last 30 minutes, the Boulder County Sheriff's Office have lifted evacuations for this area. Right now, we know that this started as a wildfire, but is now being contained to just a few hay bales. They're in the mop-up stages right now. Those crews are continuing to monitor that hay bale, but that is truly the only thing that is smoking at this time, which again is great news for, like you said, just this time of year, these conditions, it being so dry, it being so windy, a lot of homeowners in this area being concerned, especially with those evacuations. But again, all clear at this time, and that is the good news. We do know that this fire did grow up to about 40 acres, upwards of 30 acres, and again, just hay is smoking right now. We also know that this is considered county open space. We're looking to learn more a little bit about how this fire got started, but of course, that is going to be all under investigation. Again, just a haystack is still smoking. Good Samaritan Hospital was in the evacuation area. They did not have to evacuate. Intermountain Health confirmed that they did speak with fire crews, but they did not evacuate today. We are going to speak with the Louisville Fire Chief as well as the Lafayette Fire Chief, and whatever information comes out of those conversations, of course, we'll update you here on 9 News as well as online at 9news.com. But that is what we know right now at this hour. Until then, live in Louisville, Janelle Finch, 9 News.
Yep, a great outcome, Janelle, for a place where you hate to see smoke. All right, thank you.
Let's take a live look outside right now. Another dry and warm start to the week. Not great factors for the fire danger around our state. We dipped into the 60s again. However, it's looking a little bit more like winter. It is the season we're in northern Colorado. Our reporter Amanda Gilbert captured some snow showers falling in Estes Park this afternoon. Denver could see a little bit this week. Our weather impact team is tracking a storm moving in later in the week. Kathy?
Oh, Kim, don't you love to see that snow? It's so strange to see conditions so dry and warm this time of year. Yesterday, we tied a record at 67. Today, no records, but 20 degrees above average in the low 60s. And we've been monitoring the wind. Not super gusty, but not exactly calm in downtown Denver. Current readings were 49 at the airport, 48 in Greeley, and 49 in Colorado Springs. Still pretty gusty in and around Boulder County and Broomfield. Winds out of the west about 20 to 25 miles per hour, but higher gusts, and you consider that with the humidity values. Tinder dry out there, and elevated fire danger will be a big topic again for the next 2 days ahead of a system that may bring some moisture to Denver. We do have fire weather warnings south of us over the southern foothills through the evening, but in the mountains it's all snow, accumulating snow, but also some wind, and that could generate some travel issues. Additional accumulation looks to be light in the 2 to 5 inch range, but a winter weather advisory continues through tomorrow morning in and around Steamboat due to potential blowing snow and hazardous travel. In Denver, a calm and mild evening, temperatures sliding into the 40s here in the next hour and staying there through midnight. We are tracking an above average temperature trend to kick off this first full week of the new year and the new month, but changes coming Thursday and Friday. Snow in the forecast. Those details ahead.
One person is dead after a late-night fire at a senior housing complex in Boulder. It happened on Baseline Road just before midnight. Fire crews say they found a man inside one of the units and pulled him out, but he died at the scene. They say the fire was contained to a single unit. About a dozen people were evacuated. Nobody else was hurt. Officials say the cause of the fire is under investigation, but foul play has been ruled out.
It could take weeks or months to figure out what started a massive fire at an apartment complex that was under construction in southeast Denver. The 5-alarm blaze Friday night ripped through the 280 83-unit Harker Heights complex on Leedsdale Drive. The flames led portions of the complex left it to nothing but rubble, and hot spots continued through the weekend. There have been reports that someone was setting off fireworks in the area, but that's just one question that will ultimately be a part of a complex investigation. Kevin Vaughn from 9 News Investigates joins us live from the scene. And Kevin, the hot spots have slowed the investigation. So does that hamper as they move forward?
Kim, it definitely has slowed down one phase of the investigation. That's the work here at the scene. That's pretty typical. But another part of the investigation, interviewing witnesses, does not need to wait. Despite the efforts to douse hotspots that stretched into Monday, the investigation into the fire that ripped through this apartment complex is already underway.
But just like any other investigation, maybe a larger scale here, you start with the eyewitnesses. You start with media coverage that might have depicted an area of origin.
Pat Andler is a nationally recognized fire investigator. He wasn't surprised that this large complex, with months of construction still ahead, burned so fiercely.
Primarily because you don't have any resistant material like sheetrock on the inside. You don't have any sprinkler systems, any fire alarm systems that are hooked up to the units. So this is the most vulnerable stage of construction.
While part of the investigation will be aimed at pinpointing the area where the flames began, another will be to look at possible causes.
Did we have any electrical to the building at all? Extension cords, for instance, generators being run? And if you don't, then you just cross that off.
Another question. Is there evidence that anyone was inside the building, perhaps seeking shelter for the night? Even amid massive damage, it's surprising what survives in a fire like this. Andler recently investigated a similar incident in Nevada.
And in that case there, we did find remnants of a sleeping bag. Well, what do you look for? Well, you look for the long zippers on sleeping bags. You look for shopping carts that are made of steel. You look at items that are not going to be totally consumed.
Work that will likely go on for some time. The Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives is assisting the Denver Fire Department with this investigation. One of the things that the ATF is going to be using is a specially trained dog named Peaches. Peaches is trained to sniff out accelerants, things like gasoline or other substances that could have fed the flames. Like the firefighters, though, Peaches won't be able to get into this scene until all the hot spots are out and it's been made safe. Reporting live in Denver, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Take some time, and that was Friday night. Here we are at Monday. All right, thanks, Kevin. Housing affordability will be back at the center of the Colorado legislature this year. With the state facing a $1 billion budget shortfall, housing groups told our partners at the Denver Business Journal their priority is protecting existing programs, not creating new ones. That concern grew after Democratic Governor Jared Polis redirected over $100 million from voter-approved housing funds to balance the budget. Advocates are now worried the housing fund could be tapped again. Groups are also watching programs like eviction, legal defense, as cities like Denver cut rental assistance.
Tonight, Denver City Council is expected to vote on whether to move forward with an entertainment district near Mission Ballroom. The designation could pave the way for Denver's first open common consumption permit. It would allow visitors to carry alcoholic beverages between businesses in the plaza near Mission Ballroom. City leaders say businesses would still need security plans, trash management, and to meet strict requirements and inspections before opening. They say it's similar to what you'd see in New Orleans, but with much stricter rules.